I'm doing this for the 15-year-olds and the 16-year-olds because I
Yeah,
wish I could reverse back then
yeah.
and share that knowledge that we have now and give it to those kids, bro. That's all I'm trying to do, you know?
Oh my god, bro, you have no idea how crazy this is for me, bro. Let me hold on, give me a second. Bro, I can't find what I was looking for, but I'll send you
What were you
pictures
looking
afterwards.
for?
When I was like 14, I started a clothing brand, right? It was called
Oh,
Paradox.
wow.
And like it
Wow.
was I had like a long list of influencers that I wanted to work with. I
And
worked
was
with
I one
Keeks.
of them?
You were top. You were at the top. I was working with Keeks. I was working with like a bunch of other people in the space, and like you were one of the top ones. So
So where's the
what,
brand now?
bro? That's what we're actually gonna get into talking about now. What happened
We
was
need
because of
to.
cash flow issues, I stopped running
Yeah.
that brand. Literally,
Wow.
I made a bunch of money at a young age, and I didn't know what to do with it. And so
Mm.
when you started talking about like financial literacy, I'm like, this is important because I could have been in a much better position if I had
Exactly,
done what I
bro.
was
Like,
supposed to do.
I always like think about if I knew now, if I knew back then what I know now, I would
Yeah,
have been so much further, bro. And that's the
yeah,
same sentiment with all of us. And
yeah,
I think that's why conversations like this are really important going into the future to show these young kids. I'm doing this for the 15-year-olds and the 16-year-olds because
yeah,
I wish I could reverse back then
yeah.
and share that knowledge that we have now and give it to those kids, bro. That's all I'm trying to do, you know?
Bro, that would have saved me. It would have saved me so much money. It would have saved me so much
Exactly.
time. Because what happened after that is when I started the next businesses, I was bootstrapping, bro, and I had to just be really resourceful, which I'm grateful for because it's put me
Yeah,
like in a much better position now. But
yeah.
it could have saved me tons of time.
I still want to see those pieces you made though.
For sure, bro. I'm gonna show you. Like, I have to find photos after this. I have to. Hold on, I'm
Man,
just
don't
looking
mind if
for
I'm
this,
wearing this Zaza. Hey, my eyes are fatigued, man. We've been working
bro.
so
Those
hard.
glasses are fucking sick. What do you
They're pretty
mean?
cool, right?
Those are so sick.
The
What
other
brand is that?
day.
Where did you get them from?
In town, bro. These black entrepreneurs on the road. I'm always supporting those guys,
Love.
bro.
How do you pronounce your name, bro? I've always wondered that.
It's Liajo.
Oh, okay. So for years I've been saying Leago. I'm like Leago
Ah,
Scott.
man, I'm okay with it. Doesn't matter. Potato, potato.
Liago.
And
Okay,
yours
I
is
need
Kaizen, right?
Cajun. Yeah,
Yours
that's
is
the name
very
I gave
easy.
myself. Thank you.
Dope. And what's your real name?
My government name is Samuel. Oh, we want me to give you the long government name. My full government name is Ishemu Penyu Samuel Manyonda. That's my full gov.
That's a long ass name.
I'm from Zimbabwe, bro.
That's dope. How are you finding SA so far?
Bro, like I have to be completely honest with you. The best decision my parents ever made, and I'm so
Really?
grateful. Like
Wow.
you have no idea how it actually is back there, bro. For like
Yeah.
the majority of people, like everybody is forced into entrepreneurship because 95 plus percent of the population is unemployed. So
Yeah.
with that, you learn to like be resourceful and like
Yeah.
it was a good grounding place for like discipline. But when I came
Exactly.
here, it's like South Africa is crazy, bro.
I mean, I've noticed that pattern with a lot of my friends from Zim. I have a lot of friends from Zim,
Yeah,
and they come here, and the juxtaposition between my Zim friends and my South African friends is so crazy
yeah,
because you guys are way more motivated, way more hungry, you know, and like South African youth, like we are trying to get there, but a lot of people are really nonchalant and stagnant with their lives. With my friends from Zim, it's like they're hungry on another level. You know, from a young age, they've been pushing things, and it's so motivational for me. That's why I like to really associate myself with people like that. Like the people I hang out with
yeah,
have to stay hungry and passionate the way I am. You know,
yeah. I feel
so
you.
I'm definitely skimming you, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I like your energy. You got good energy.
And by the way, bro, like this right here, what you're doing right now, it's gonna be so important for giving you opportunities with Better. I did explain this with you. In
Mm.
future, there's gonna be a lot of collaborative opportunities. So now they know your face, they've seen your face, you know, they know what you're about.
For real.
So expect some calls soon.
That's bro, bro.
Yeah,
That's so insane, man. Like
yeah,
it's crazy for you to say that because like when these types of opportunities start pulling up for me, it's like for me my only objective when I started making videos was, you know, I see everybody else who wants to like become an entrepreneur or creative.
Yeah,
They want to position themselves to already look like they're there. But
yeah,
I was always drawn to like the story. I was like, what if I
yeah.
show
That,
what if I
that's
show every single thing that I'm going through and actually trying to build these businesses
exactly. And
and
for
try to
me,
build
like
a
I
community?
always
Yeah.
see your direction. That's what attracted me to you the most. I didn't care
Yeah.
about your metrics. I didn't care about your followers, how many likes you get. Stuff doesn't matter to me. I remember the first video I clicked of you. It was bite sized, but the amount of information I got from that, I learned so much from your videos. I've watched every single one of them, bro. Like I'm your fan. As much as you're my fan,
Bro,
bro, I'm your biggest fan right
bro,
now.
bro, this is surreal. Like, what the fuck is actually happening right now? Like, dude, that's
That's
so
what you
insane.
get when you create authentic, great content, bro, and that's what you're doing.
I appreciate that so much, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you're a giant in this space, bro. And like to have you say those words is just
appreciate
everything,
it,
bro. Thank you,
man.
thank you.
So, Kaizen, what kind of creator are you now, and what kind of creator do you envision yourself to be 8 years, 5 years from now?
Bro, the place that I'm in right now, and this was always my objective when I started making content. I looked around and I saw people in the entrepreneurial space, people who are building businesses. I saw artists and creatives. And one common theme that I saw across the board was there were a lot of people who were in positions that were not as advantageous as they were making it look like on the internet. And I was trying to find why aren't people willing to tell the truth on social media, because that builds a more
Mm,
authentic story. So like all of these things were happening at the same time. I started getting into Gary Vee's content. He's an entrepreneur in
mm,
America, and he always talks about document your process. When I finished matric, I decided that's exactly what I'm going to do. I said, okay, this is going to be my gap where everybody else is faking, and in some cases is really evident. I'm going to say, guys, I'm starting from nothing. I don't know anything, but I want to
yeah.
show you the entire process of me trying to build whatever it is that I'm going to build. And I know that along the way, with whatever I'm learning, there'll be nuggets I'll drop for somebody else. Somebody else
Mm,
might get value from it. And really, my only objective right now, and so like to answer your question, the type of creator I am is just documenting my day to day life and staying in it. Like I don't ever
mm.
want to make it look like something it's not, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely feel you. I relate to that so much because, in
Yeah,
terms of financial education as a whole, I'm also feeling like a brand new student learning about this while
yeah,
I'm managing my money. And I'm feeling like if I document it while I'm learning about it and sharing it, the best way to teach is to the best way to learn is to teach others. So as I'm learning stuff, I'm sharing it as well, which is really fire. And there's a lot of stuff that we didn't learn in school.
yeah,
I studied accounting science for some time. I didn't
yeah.
manage to finish that, but I can say that none of the stuff I learned in high school and in varsity is actually helping me or is helping the youth with managing their money. And there's such a gap there, bro. Like there's such a
Bro,
space to fill.
bro, sorry to cut you off. Actually, you know, I have a funny story about what you just said. Okay, in my school career, grade 1 to 7, A student, like the whole way. We move to South Africa. Grade 8 to 9, I start getting A's and B's. It drops a little bit. Grade 9, I decide, okay, I'm giving school the middle finger. In matric, up this whole time, I've been doing pure maths. In matric first term, I'm talking to my math teacher. They're like, okay, bro, we're gonna give you 1 more month. If you can't get it straight, we think it's best for you to go to maths lit.
But
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's your decision. So my final maths
Mm.
mark in the first term of matric is 16%, bro. Like
Yo,
1 6. That's what it was
yo.
for pure maths. So then I moved
I'm
to
sorry for laughing.
so so anyway, I get that 16 and then I moved to maths lit. And what's funny is within the first week, we start learning about things like how to do your taxes. And then we start learning
Mm.
about things like budgeting and like when you go for trips, how you're gonna set out your money and that. And I was like,
Wow.
wait, but how are we the dumb kids if we're learning the practical
Bro,
shit that you
bro,
actually
I
need
was
in
in
life?
pure maths learning how to measure a triangle. I'm still waiting to this day to see
I
what we're
feel
gonna
you.
need to measure a triangle.
And it's like for the small part of the students who actually want to do something that correlates to Pythagoras theorem in their real life.
Yeah,
Like, what about the big ocean of people who, because now it's 2022, as young people, we
yeah.
got more options. What about catering
Mm.
that to more people? But like, that's a different topic. Trying to
Yeah,
solve the
that's
school
that's a
system
story for
is,
another day, man. The education
yeah,
system is something we can go on about for the whole
forever,
day.
bro.
Knowing
Forever.
me, I'm a conspiracy theorist. We can go the whole day about that.
Yeah,
But anyway, let's
yeah.
get back to the topic. If money did not matter, would you still be a creator?
Yes, because money doesn't matter for me. And
Mm.
what's funny is I never had money as an objective when I started doing this. Like I
Yeah.
literally like literally my thinking was how can I impact the most amount of people as I'm going on my journey? I have this subconscious knowing that I will be extremely wealthy, bro. But
Yeah.
it's for the betterment of other people. And I look at all my other human nature brothers in the world, and I look at my
Yeah.
African brothers and sisters, and I'm like, there's so many things that we can do, and I can do as an entrepreneur to put systems in place to be able to help these people. That's
Mm.
why when I really began to understand what the blockchain can do for people, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I need to get something that gives me as much money as I can, drop shipping, to be able to invest in these things that I want to build, solutions
Exactly.
to actually help people.
Exactly. I think for me, I relate to that as well because
Yeah,
more than I care about money, I care about intention. So
get into that.
the
Yeah,
only reason I want to make money is more for my intention to change people's lives.
I love that.
What
That's
matters the
interesting.
most is to make a bag simply for creative autonomy to
Yeah,
be
I
able
feel
to
that.
express myself. Because bro, I was doing a shoot was day before yesterday. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw it on my story. Crazy
yeah, I
shoot,
saw it, but
like
crazy, crazy.
fireworks and
Yeah,
everything. We had to hire equipment. We had to buy props. Those fireworks, those things weren't cheap.
yeah,
So I have to care about making money. I don't. I would love to say I don't care about making money, but I have to because it allows me to afford my creative autonomy to be able to create the content that inspires people, and that's my intention. Just to inspire people, to make someone wake up one day and be like, "Wow, yeah, those scars made my blood rush." That's what I'm trying to buy. The money is not too much of a factor for me.
yeah. It's the exact same thing for me, bro.
Yeah,
And you're doing that, bro. You've been inspiring
yeah.
since when did I discover you? 2018, bro. You've been inspiring, bro. You've
Wow.
been at it.
Wow. Why did you not hit me up in 2018, bro?
Bro, I think I did, but I don't think you got back to my DM. I think I hit
Oh,
you up on the
damn.
Paradox account. I was trying
Yeah.
to get you into like the brand and do some work and stuff, but like
Yeah.
you were
Maybe it
like
wasn't meant to
growing.
be at the time, you
Yeah,
see.
yeah, of
Because
course.
now when you hit me up earlier on this year, look what it had come to.
Yeah,
See, so
yeah,
timing is a thing as well. Some
of
people are
course.
like, "Oh, this guy doesn't answer my DMs," or timing, bro. Timing. I
You know, in
will
that,
one day when the
yeah,
time is right. When we reach that level of damn, the synergy is gonna be crazy.
yeah, I feel that,
So
bro.
sometimes don't rush for your icons to answer your messages. The time will be right for them to find you.
Yeah.
I
And
found
and that's
you.
what happened. You found me crazy.
Exactly.
Absolutely crazy.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how dependent are you of your earnings from your creative work? 1 being not really, you have a formal job on the side that you're doing that's paying for all your bills, and then 10 being if you were to get no creative clients, you'd be dollar low, fridge would be empty, electricity, nothing, rent, you getting kicked out, bro. Like from a scale to 1 to 10, how much do you depend on that earning from your creative work?
I make not a single cent from content.
Yeah,
For me, I'm an entrepreneur first, and
yeah,
the biggest blessing that I have right now is I'm still at home. I'm 18 years old. I'm living with
yeah,
my
yeah,
parents. I finished
yeah.
high school last year, and I managed to convince them to take a gap year. And then whatever
Mm,
happened this year happened. They saw how hard I
yeah,
was working,
yeah,
and now they've been able to give me up until next year September to start
yeah,
university. So I'm not dependent on my creative work,
yeah.
which I actually think it gives me more space for like authenticity, and I don't feel
Exactly,
rushed to be able to like
exactly.
to like do things
Yeah,
that are outside of my character. Like for
yeah,
me, content comes from actually every day hustling and working and running
yeah,
two
yeah.
businesses, and then that's how my content. That's where my content
Okay, and
stems
then
from.
in future, obviously,
Yeah,
how would you plan on monetizing your content? Because I can honestly say your content is monetizable. I don't know if
yeah,
that's a word, but you've hit such a niche, bro. You've hit such a niche that a lot of people in this country have not hit the way you're hitting it. And there's going to be a huge demand in it. Maybe not now. Maybe you're not seeing the demand in it now.
mm,
But give it 3, 4 years, that niche is going to be worth a real value.
yeah. I think so too. One thing that I've always said is, as my audience continues to grow, I only ever want to monetize my audience when I know 100% that whatever it is that they're paying for is giving them extraordinary amounts of value. So I
Yeah.
look at the blockchain space. I look at my passion and interest in NFTs. I've had this crazy idea, and I've even made a video about it, where I'm gonna buy an island, and this is all gonna actualize. I'm gonna buy an island, and then I'm gonna call it Kaizen Island, and
Mm.
in Kaizen Island is gonna be Kaizen Campus, and basically it's gonna be a place for people to come and learn and basically
Yeah.
develop their skills in a
Mm.
in a practical now but also futuristic way, things that
Yeah.
actually matter in the world, and sort of like training people to be able to actually make an impact in things that will provide value to other people.
Wow.
But
I
now
love.
the caveat is, the only way you can get into Island and get into Kaizen Campus is through the NFT, using the blockchain technology. So
Yeah.
you buy the NFT, in the smart contract it says this is your passport into Kaizen Island, and you get all of these different perks. So like, I'm still thinking about it. That's a long way coming, but that's one of the ways I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
I
monetizing
love
my
that. And
audience.
we're going to tap into more of those NFT related
Yeah,
questions. I know you're super fired up about that
yeah, I'm
section.
hot on
That's
that.
the second section. I need the youth to really understand that there are so many ways to monetize your content right now, bro. Like right
Yeah,
now, you don't have to wait for brands to come approach you yet. I think we've been conditioned to think that's the only way that creatives can make money. But you'd be so surprised that you
yeah,
can make so much money from your community. You've built a community. It may not be the biggest community, but you do have a cult. You've got a small cult, but
yeah,
you do have some supporters who are willing to fund what you do, who are willing to fund you to get equipment to expand because they really need what you got. So, and
yeah,
that's what we're working on at Better, things like that to create a community that pays for your creative work. You won't ever have to pay for your creative work in future. There's gonna be fans that are literally tipping you on the Better
exactly.
platform to pay for these things, to pay for your
Wait, on
transportation,
the, please
pay for
tell me
your
more about
equipment.
that. On the
Eh?
better platform, what do you mean? Like, tell me more about that.
These are features that I'll get deeper into in
Okay.
future. But for now, I just needed you to have a roundabout idea of how you can start earning from your content right now. Like not in 3, 4 years time when your first brand hits you up. I'm talking about right now.
For anybody, for short form creators out there, because there's so many short form creators who are struggling, especially on a platform like TikTok, thinking about how to monetize your content. This is how
Mm.
you can. YouTube Shorts is now allowing you to monetize your content. So before, the short
Mm.
form content on YouTube didn't allow you to do that. But now you can post on YouTube Shorts, and it has an insane, incredible, like, organic reach. So your videos can get a lot of views, and then obviously you get your CPMs, and everybody in the world
Yeah.
knows what I'm talking about. And you can now actually start to monetize short form content. So for everybody looking for that, go check that out right now.
Bro, people are sleeping on YouTube Shorts. I even me myself, I must say, I've been sleeping on YouTube Shorts. It's definitely something I'm trying to hop onto, bro.
The first time I really experienced like the goodness of short form content was in YouTube Shorts, when I started this one drop shipping store. And I
Mm.
think within about 12 days, I got about 60,000 views, and that was completely free. And
Huh.
that translated into a couple of thousand rand in sales, which was good because I wasn't paying for customer acquisition. So then I said,
Yeah.
okay, how far can I take this? I ended up finding my first winning product. I started selling it on TikTok, and it only took like 200,000 views for us to sell 50 units at like 500 rand. that was completely free. So like I didn't get paid by TikTok, but I sold product through TikTok. And so like what I think what we fail to appreciate right now is we didn't grow up in the old world where you had to pay for attention. And of course right now
Mm,
there's Facebook ads and TikTok ads and paid
yeah.
platforms, but the fact that you can reach a customer or somebody who can give you money to do something as long as you provide them value through the content is insane. And
Mm.
that cuts down your margin by like anywhere between 20 to 50%. So you won't have to cover those costs of marketing. I think for anybody who's got a brand, who wants to sell something, who has a course,
This is
whatever,
revolutionary for e-commerce in general, bro.
of course, bro. Of course. Your costs like I know people in like the US doing like millions uh in a year, in a month, like off organic content, knowing how to make a video go viral.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to that place. This is what I think is so crazy about the internet and it's so understated. There's an entrepreneur called Alex Hormozy. He's done I think
Yeah.
$120 million plus, and he put out a free course called $100 million offers. I watched the entire thing twice,
You
changed
have
the
to
way I
drop
think.
me the link. I need to put it there for anyone who's watching.
I'll send it to you for sure. And yeah, for sure. Completely changed the way that I think about business in general. And I went from selling like 500 Rand products to yesterday launching my first ad for a 3,000 Rand product. And I'm testing that out in the market. So like Alex said in the course, a lot of people look around in the market. They say, okay, everybody's selling for 500 Rand. I'm gonna sell it for 300 Rand and do most of the buy from me. You're not gonna make any money. Charge a premium price, but actually give them
Mm.
what they want, and then they will. Those who know the value of what you're giving them will actually be willing to purchase.
I also want to know, so how do you create the content for the products that you sell? So you did say that you use TikTok and YouTube
Yes.
Shorts. So tell me about the process of creating the content for your dropshipping.
Okay, so it all starts with the market. Like whatever product I'm selling. At one stage, I was selling these LED lights, and you just need to know your market content that is gonna do well, like at least like 50K views plus, because that's what I've done on my dropshipping stores TikTok.
Yeah.
Is understand the market, understand what it is they need, and put it across to them in the quickest and most effective way that you can. There's simple structures that you can follow. Like this is all on the internet, guys, for free. This is not in my mind. Once you know your market, have a hook that captures that market. So, for example, are you a 40-year-old woman suffering from da 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 da? That 40-year-old
Mm,
woman, your potential customer, is going to stop.
yeah.
Get into why they should care about like the hook, explain the hook, give them the benefits of what you're talking about, and then have a call to action at the end. Click the link in my
Mm.
bio, shop now, or whatever it is, and it converts better. So
So
that's
what, do you
how.
shoot this content yourself or do you get images and videos online? How do you?
You know what's funny? With the first YouTube Shorts account that I had that got 60K views in like 12 days, I was biting content from TikTok and just restructuring it and putting it on Shorts, and
That's smart.
YouTube
I can't
figured it
do
out, bro.
that.
Bro, I had
Bro, it's
zero
about
rand.
working smart, not hard.
I had 0 rand for marketing, so I was like, I need to do this.
You've really got the nick of maximizing outcome with the littlest input.
But I mean, you have to start from somewhere, bro. Like
Yeah.
my family's not rich. I gotta get it. If I don't get it, nobody's getting it. So I started that. And then I think within about 2 weeks, they were like, "Hey, yo, we're banning you." So they banned the YouTube, and I was like, and I was like, I know exactly why you banned me. They banned me. So then I was like, okay, next time I do this, I'm gonna actually buy the product and make my
Yeah.
own videos. That's what I
Yeah.
did for another product. And people in the dropshipping space know this. Sometimes you get winners, sometimes you don't. I bought the
Yeah.
product, shot some content, it didn't work. That product didn't do well. And then for the product that I'm running right now, I'm still to yet because I started running ads for it yesterday, pulling clips from the internet and stock footage
Mm.
because like I can edit and stuff. I'm still to yet buy the product and start making my own content. I'm gonna order it sometime
Mm.
this week. But yeah, basically everything that I've done up to this point was biting content, restructuring it, putting my own captions, and like making it. It was just putting like taking 6 different TikToks and then making quick edits and making them into one TikTok. It gets like 50,000 views. I'm like, wait, thank God, now I can get started. Now I can actually afford to buy the product. to then make my own content because I didn't have money
Yeah.
to begin with. Like I literally had nothing, bro. Shopify 14-day free trial, and then I found this other affiliate
You have
link
to
which
make
then
sure within that 14 day.
within that 14 days I can cover the $29 to pay for the thing.
Wow.
But then I also found this other affiliate link where you pay for 3 months for $1. So that's the one I'm using right now on this dropshipping
Okay.
store. And then I just had to pay 300 Rand for my subscription to my supply so I can get the list of products, of which I had by that time. So thank God. And then everything else was free marketing to get started. But now I got like a little bit of a more bigger budget. So I'm going
Yeah.
to like Facebook ads and, stuff like that.
Okay, so far in your creative journey, have you ever dealt with any contracts? Has a client or anyone ever sent you a contract or brand or anything? Have you ever dealt with a contract?
With my personal page, like IMK's, no, but I used to deal with that stuff when I had the clothing brand Paradox and I was working with models and stuff, and they'll charge like hourly rates. We just needed like contracts in place to make sure everybody knows like what their job actually is. But then people never signed those things. I was 14. As an entrepreneur, it's hard to take a 14-year-old seriously. So,
Yeah.
but I had them
Okay.
in place, but they were never signed. So I guess they didn't stand. And also, I wasn't 18, so they weren't legally like
Yeah, binding
applicable.
anyway.
Yeah.
So in future, when you're working with brands and someone sends you a contract, are you going to be reading that yourself, or do you have someone to read it for you? Do you have experience in law to read it yourself, or not? Be honest. It's okay to be
Bro,
honest
bro,
because
I'm 18. I'm 18, got no experience in that stuff, but
yeah,
as I continue to evolve, I'm definitely gonna be learning like how to read those contracts and stuff because I want to understand what I'm getting myself into. As much as
exactly.
probably there'll be like a legal team or whatever, I still want to be able to know like what's being written down and what it means. So yeah, I'll definitely learn.
Exactly. I mean, for me, I did manage to have a bit of law in my courses when I was
Mhm.
still studying accounting science. So when I started my creative journey, I already had some experience with law terms. So reading contracts wasn't too difficult for me. But I do
Yeah,
know that a lot of creatives in our creative spaces have absolutely zero experience, and
mm,
that is such an emerging danger in the creator economy. It's an influx of kids coming into the creator space and not enough knowledge on law. And the big guys, they know that.
yeah,
The corporate heads, they have a board full of a law team. You're sitting there with nothing. So in future, there's gonna be a lot of finessing. The greater the creator economy grows, the greater the exploitation is gonna grow. So now what we're trying to do is create spaces that teach kids about law from a creative point of view. Because even if you go to school for law, they're not really gonna give you the knowledge from a creator law point of view, you know?
okay,
So these are the kind of things that we want to try to work on to create these master classes that teach kids about this and to
okay,
also provide services such as having your own personal lawyer at a very reasonable rate to help you read your contract and make sure there's nothing fishy in there. You know, so these kind of things are very important going into future. Like being a creator, being an influencer, being a musician. These are really cool things, but there's still
yeah,
so much people are disregarding in terms of the paperwork. You know, and
of
that's when
course.
people are getting finessed.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, in the creator economy, like, I was thinking about this yesterday when I was thinking about doing this interview. I was like, it's so amazing that we're now living in a time where people like you can exist, bro, and you can be within your own energy, expressing yourself,
Exactly.
butterfly type energy, like doing
Exactly.
exactly what you want to do. But I think what that comes with that we didn't have before is now creators and creatives are being in a position where they have to learn non-creative skills, like almost becoming entrepreneurial in a sense, and like getting
Yes.
smart like about your finances and getting smart about your contracts and all the deals you're getting yourself into. Because even as a dropshipper, bro, when you reach out to these influencers and with the state of content right now, I don't even reach out to influencers. I just reach out to content creators who like can get a lot of people behind something. Um,
Yeah.
the biggest thing that I've seen is these guys do not know how to price themselves. They
Yeah.
really don't, and they end up being underserved. So so I think it's just getting, like, as a creator, taking the extra step to know that we live in this beautiful world where we're able to do these things now, but that
Mm.
comes with the extra responsibility of, like, more like entrepreneurial type skills of being able to manage your own shit.
Exactly. So important, bro. But I'm happy this is happening, and I'm happy we're having these open
Yeah,
discussions. Like,
for sure. That's
it's
how it
gonna
starts.
grow into something that the youth is gonna be able to use to protect themselves. You know, it's
Yeah.
very important that people protect themselves. Me myself, I'm a person who's been exploited before by
Mm.
corporate heads, and I can tell you right now, as an 18-year-old going into this, there's people out there ready to bite you, bro. Like,
Bro,
they're ready to
can you
bite
tell
you.
us one story where, like, you knew, like, during or afterwards, that okay, here I'm being exploited, and, like, how was that experience for you?
I'm actually, right now, I'm still in that case. It's a very huge case. It's a 150,000 Rand case. It's huge.
Jeez.
I was working with a big corporate. They focus in finance. I don't want to mention their name, that's dangerous. But
Yeah.
I did some work with them. I did a campaign with them last year in September.
Yeah.
And I created all the content for them. I've met all my obligations as per my contract. I did everything I needed to do, submitted their content, I posted everything. And then they decided to ghost me. To this day, every month I've been fighting for that money. But I did manage to get a lawyer, and now the case seems like it's going in a better direction. But I can only imagine because I hit up so many other influencers that worked with this brand, and a lot of people just gave up. They just left that money. They're
Really?
like, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, what? There is something you can do. Don't let these people keep biting people because if they do it to me, they're probably going to do it to you soon.
Is this a brand that, like, people know?
It's a brand that the whole country knows. It's
That's
huge. It's
insane.
a huge brand.
That's insane.
But it just goes to show that no matter how big the corporate is, no matter how big the corporate is, no matter how reliable you think they are, they're still out there to bite you. And I think the youth really needs to be careful of that. If I knew then what I know now, I would have moved way smarter with
Yeah.
reading my contracts as well. But it's a lesson that we all learn. I mean, even
Yeah, of course.
Kanye, the richest black artist in the world, still
Yeah.
struggles with this kind of thing. He's
Yeah, of course.
always ranting about exploitive contracts. You know, it's
Yeah.
something that all of us in the creative space are gonna suffer from as long as we don't put in the right work. Like you said, you know, as creatives, we still need to learn the non-creative work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy stuff, but we move.
Damn, good luck with that, bro. I hope it all
Yeah,
goes well.
I will. Definitely will, bro. I've got a fighting spirit, you know?
I love that.
If you could travel back in time to the very beginning of your journey as a creator, what financial advice would you have given yourself? That 14-year-old Kaizen, what would you have given him? That financial advice that would have shot him to the moon by now.
Definitely understand your profit and loss sheet and know what the hell a balance sheet is. Because
Yeah,
as a 14-year-old, I was selling hoodies and t-shirts. The average price was between 350 to 450. Made amounts of money that I didn't expect to make, like, just a little bit over 20 G's, and within a week I blew all of it. because now, okay, oh, I'm that guy, and then I'm young, and then I have friends that aren't really my friends, and then this person needs this, and then this and that, and I didn't understand anything about my financials at all.
yeah,
So it's just understanding. I would say get financially literate, just the basics. You don't need to
mm,
become a CPA. Just know top line revenue, your expenses, what everything looks like on the bottom line, and have a strategy for for what you're going to be doing with your money. So,
yeah,
like, the way I handle my money now is, I actually learned this from Iman Gadji. He's like a yeah, like, I don't know if you know him, but he's a well known entrepreneur now on the internet and stuff. So
yeah,
now I'm Christian. So now I'm taking 10% of my money. If I have 100%, I'm taking 10%. I put that into tithe, and then I take 20%. That's what I spend, and 70 I use it to invest and put into things that are gonna produce cash flow. So
Mm.
if I could go back in time, I'd say get financially literate. Don't be lazy. Put in the time to learn the basic financials. It will save you a lot of time and money.
I think it's also important that, especially now, which is better than how things looked when you were 14, is
Mm,
because there's way more fintech support systems for
for
people
sure.
to manage their money. There's technology now that's literally made to make you financial literate, even if you're too lazy to read up about it, even if you're
Yeah.
too lazy to study financial literacy. There's platforms that are put in place. Platforms like Better, man, like Better is gonna make things so much easier for that 14-year-old kid to manage his money. He doesn't even need to be a CPA, you know.
Mm,
It's gonna be able to make things easier for you to manage your first business, your first hoodie business. You work with Better, and they know how to really merge your finances and compare your assets to your liabilities so that you can maximize your profit margins, things like that, you know. But it's definitely important for people to also familiarize themselves with all the platforms that there are. There's so much available platforms, bro.
yeah.
People just need to go out and look. The internet is
Yeah.
so perfect for you right now.
The
You
internet
can't
is
be broke.
abundant.
I believe you can't be broke today, in this day and age. You can't. I. You
Like
can't,
it's
bro.
crazy
There's
though,
things
because
put in place for you, bro.
exactly,
You
bro. Like
know.
education is, like here's what I say: if you are blessed enough to have a device and an internet connection, you're so set. You're so set
Exactly.
that the next thing
Exactly.
is just your work ethic. How much are you willing to put
Yeah.
into the things you want to do?
Okay, so you believe that in 10 years' time, African people will be able to send money peer to peer without an intermediary through NFTs and cryptocurrency. What's your take on that exactly? Because I know you said that in one of your videos, and I was curious, what do you mean by that? How can this culture benefit African people specifically? Because we are a third world continent, you know? So, how are NFTs, which is a first world idea, going to help third world problems?
Brother, first of all, it's happening right now. People in
Hmm.
Africa can send money to each other without a bank right now. If you have an
Mm,
Ethereum wallet, I can send you Ethereum and then you'll be able to withdraw that and turn it into rands. Same thing with Bitcoin.
mm,
And
mm,
the common misconception that people have because of reading headlines and stuff like that and not actually doing education is it's not NFTs, it's not crypto, it's blockchain. Blockchain is the
yeah,
foundation. Like NFTs and cryptocurrency are just two applications on top
yeah,
of
of
blockchain
blockchain.
technology.
Blockchain is the mother.
Blockchain is the
Yeah.
mom. Blockchain is the mother of this thing. So how I see it moving forward is, especially in the African economy, just from like what I've been seeing, and I used to live in Zimbabwe, so living in a country where 95+% of the population is unemployed, and a large portion of those people are living in outskirt areas where they can't get access to opening bank accounts. What's going to happen is if I have a wallet on top of any application on the blockchain where crypto has moved further along and whichever currency becomes the currency and is more largely accepted, the majority of people can have that wallet and be able to send money to each other instantly without a bank and without all those extra fees that we have.
I'm really curious about the future, man. I think about these things a lot, and there's
Yeah.
not many people on the internet that talk about them much,
And
especially in
by
our
the way,
country
bro,
and in our youth. So when I found your
yeah,
content, that's what sparked me because you talk about the
yeah.
stuff that I think about.
But bro, to be honest, it's not as far out as people think. Like
Yeah.
like blockchain is here right now. Cryptocurrency is here right now. Transactions are being made on a daily. And in the NFT space, I'm so happy that the majority of projects have lost 90 to 95% of their value.
Mm,
Because what's
mm,
happening now is the people who are actually focused on building good projects with good smart contracts tailored to give an amazing experience to the consumer, those are the only ones that are interested right now. When it was just a
mm,
big cash grab and the majority of people who were in it were just trying to flip and make a quick bag, that invited a lot of
mm.
bad behavior. But what's happening now is the market has gone down by a lot, and now the people that are left are the warriors who actually believe in this technology, who are building things
Mm.
that are actually going to help people's lives.
Okay, I'm curious. This is off topic. I'm not even
Yeah,
supposed to get
there
too
is
deep
no
in.
off topic, bro.
So I don't want you to elaborate too much, but I'm curious.
Okay,
What is in your crypto portfolio right now? Top four.
it's all about telling the truth. I only have a couple of thousand rand in crypto because that's what I
Yeah,
have right now.
yeah.
But and
Which
it's
is
not even
fine,
top,
but I want to know.
and it's not even top four. It's top two. It's just Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Perfect. Okay, well, I'll give mine away.
Yeah,
Bitcoin, I don't have Ethereum, unfortunately. Solana, Cardano, and my last one was Doge, but that was just when I was just playing around. But yeah, that's
yeah.
my top four.
Okay, okay.
No elaboration needed there.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever wants to find out must hit us up personally. I don't want to get too deep into that stuff.
Okay.
Okay, in fashion, we have two main problems. I want to start with the first one. Counterfeit goods. How do you
Yes.
think that NFTs will solve this problem?
And like I said before, it's not necessarily NFTs, it's blockchain. LVMH, the company that owns Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, owns brands like Givenchy, they've actually partnered with other luxury brands to create a blockchain consortium called Aura. And that's solving the problem of traceability, sustainability, and authenticity. So in the past, we didn't know exactly where the materials were coming from. We didn't know if everybody along the supply chain was getting paid what they need. And if it's a Louis
Mm,
Vuitton bag, how can I actually prove that it's from Louis V? So
yeah.
now what's happening is I'm able to go on the blockchain because of what, and this is the first like big company like doing this on that scale. Now I'm able to go on the blockchain. Okay, the cotton came from this country and then it was moved to that country. It was assembled in
Mm,
that country, and then wherever Louis V makes their stuff, that's where it was made. It's verifiable that it's from Louis V. So now I can see the entire supply chain trail solves the first problem of traceability, which is people weren't getting paid what they were supposed to be paid for. There were farms in Brazil and other countries where these people were getting undercompensated or not compensated at all. Problem solved. And then authenticity. How can I tell that this is actually from Louis
mm.
V? They can do it however they want, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to scan my Louis V bag and tell that it was from Louis V, and then
But
I can
that's
see
the
the entire thing.
problem.
You see, and like,
Imagine we get to a point in future where homies can just walk up to your sneaker and scan your pin and be like, ah,
and
this
be
one
like,
is from
hey,
the what?
it's fake, bro. It's fake. So like,
This
when
one is from
everybody
the
copy fake stuff,
ah.
for everybody
That's
copy
a
fake stuff,
scary
save
place
your
to
money.
go. Woo! That's
Save
gonna
your
be
money.
very funny.
Copy fake stuff.
The second part of it,
Yeah.
the second biggest problem we have in fashion, I think it's actually the first biggest problem we have in fashion. It's fast fashion and the sourcing of unethical materials and unethical labor.
Okay.
So I'm seeing that soon we'll have blockchain be able to track each and every from the piece of rubber, this croc. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
wearing Crocs, bro.
Vibes.
From where this rubber was sourced to each hand that put labor into this. Were they well paid? Were they well treated by this corporate that created this croc? How are we going to solve that problem using blockchain? I'm so curious about that.
Well, okay, essentially the blockchain is just a database system.
Yeah.
So it's you enter information, but it happens in a way that's irrefutable, that you can't
Yeah.
argue with, and you know that it's safe and secure. But what I can say now is it's forcing brands, especially these big brands who claim to be sustainable and ethical, to actually say,
Yeah.
okay, prove it. The blockchain is open to everybody. You claim to be
Mm.
sustainable, you claim to give good wages, you claim that you aren't into exploiting children. Okay, fine, show it. Let us all see it on the blockchain. And
Yeah.
that's gonna be one major sustainability and marketing play for a lot of these companies.
Yeah, I'm really into sustainable sourcing. I'm a thrifter.
Yeah,
Everything I do in fashion, I promote sustainability. So it's
yeah,
a very interesting topic for me when it comes to blockchain, and I want to start gathering ideas of how I can integrate myself into
yeah,
blockchain fashion. I think there's a huge space in that in the future, bro.
Huge, massive, massive. Before you even get into paid advertising, if you can really learn how to do good organic marketing, you're going to save yourself a lot of profit, and you're going to learn the skills that are going to transfer really well into running paid ads.
Yeah.
Because now with a platform like TikTok, if a video does well, it's because it was based on the amount of interest that it got. So the basic idea is, okay, people will like these types of
Yeah.
videos. Then you can take that out and put it into a paid campaign and see how it performs. And usually it performs really well.
Hey man, for me, that is it. We have killed this interview. I enjoyed.
Amazing.
This is my first time ever talking to you, and we
Yeah,
spoke for what, an hour,
we spoke for an
bro.
hour and 2 minutes. That's
That's how
insane.
I know I would get along with you. Like we have like-minded minds, but we're
Yeah,
also very different at the same time. I feel like you're young, and I can learn a lot from you, and you can learn a lot from me. So we definitely
of
gotta hang
course.
out much more than this.
For sure, bro.
Um, but yeah, bless up. I appreciate your time. I'm honored to have you on this interview, bro.
Thank you, bro, so much. I'm so happy we were able to do this. And like I said, like, bro, I've been looking up to you for so long. This is literally a dream come true for me. It's another brick in the wall that I'm just excited to, like,
This is only the
to
beginning,
have.
baby.
And yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you. And shout out to Better. Thank you for making this possible.
To more in the future, bro. This is only the beginning. This is only the
Yeah.
first break to what we're trying to build for the South African youth, bro. And you're part of it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And you're part of it as well. And we're all part of it.